So we're coming up with, this is a menu of that you're gonna have a menu with all, can you move the menu? So you can pick up anything that you interest you. There's gonna be a help here. We can show you straight away. Can we show the help? When you're gonna have the item, this is all the way to. It will explain when you get the app. It explains you how to move around the app, so you know exactly what to do. But then you can discover anything you want. So can we go to the book? Of course, this is of course Paris, 1977. I saw Star Wars at the time, 3 weeks before. Nobody knew about Star Wars. When I went to Paris, and in Afterglow, was it Afterglow, Steve, right? Afterglow, the landing lights came down. I thought it was a spaceship. So I took this picture from Steve's side, you know, and here we go. This is Armando Gallo, and I would like to introduce you to a labor of love that started all over the world. That's my explanation of everything in the app. There's going to be 6-7 minutes, you know, that you don't need to see now. This is an app. And here the book starts with the facts that, no, actually it was a telex. We didn't have faxes at the time. 1979, when Mike Rutherford sent me an introduction for the book. So we're going to go there from there. This is the very first picture I took of Genesis, you know, and they were just before I went to interview them before going on the first tour in Italy, and Phil is reading the papers there. They were the rock papers, and because he was pissed off that nobody was talking about Genesis in England, and he said, "How come there's this Italian journalist that nobody talks about Genesis in England, you know?" And there you go. You can see this kid. Look at this guy. He's only 21, 22.
Yeah. Nice glasses.
Here, of course, there's the table of content that we can go into the books, you know, and here we start. We go into Charterhouse where everything started. The music is by Anthony Phillips. He wrote this last December, and he sent it to us to create some atmosphere from that period. So of course you're gonna get into the music, into the book, into the story, and every now and then there's gonna be some atmospheric music of. There's gonna be some music from Steve, from Daryl Sturman, but also from various fans of the bands around the world. Some Genesis fans, musicians that sent us some bits of music inspired by Genesis. Anybody here that sent us some bits of music? Mateo is from Argentina, and we're gonna hear something from Trespass. He sent us. Mateo is gonna go to the Berkeley School of Music next May. Thank you, Mateo. Here's Peter telling the story, like he told me in 1977 when I researched the book. So every now and then we have this testimonial about the voices of the guys in 1977. Of course, you have old pictures here that you can operate. So the book become interactive. You know, you can go around and enjoy the pictures, but then you can go and and read the book. This is Anthony Phillips, 15, and Richard McPhail. He didn't die. He left the band in 1973. He was the singer of the band Anon. You can see him on the microphone there.
So we go ahead with the story, and then if you hit the center of the iPad, you can go forward.
And Phillips did sing in the first song. It's really terrible.
You can go forward in the book here. Can we go to Trespass?
So let Peter sing on the tracks that enter Britain, because Ant rather fancies himself as a singer. And I said, Peter's voice is better than yours, you know. It may not be great, but it's better than yours. So let's let him sing, you know. And as it turned out, even on that tape, he started to sing a little bit better. And it sounded...
Go back.
In 1970, Paul Weider painted an album cover that became very, very popular, especially because a knife slashed the painting. We are here in Los Angeles, and we are with Paul Weider in his studies. Hello, Paul.
Hi. Paul Weider.
So we have also, I interviewed Paul Weider recently. Of course, he's going to tell us how
Smokey and the Bandit.
he slashed the painting. He's going to tell us how he designed this nursery crime. And he actually gave me this T-shirt to bring over to you guys. And then also Foxtrot.
Tell us the story how you met the band.
There's a lot of stuff here. Let's go ahead.
You just did an album cover for...
You're gonna have hours and days of fun on this. You know? This is John Anthony, the record producer. He kind of disappeared after he discovered Genesis and he discovered Queen. You know, he came to America, he did the tours, but you know, then he did. That's why I put that picture that he likes to disappear. Look, he looks like a rock star here, 1973 by Trident Studios. And here is Tony Strader-Smith and Gail Colson. They are the two people that started Charisma Records by drinking at La Chasse. You know, they were frustrated with record companies, and so they started this Charisma label that gave a chance to all these young musicians to do whatever they wanted to do. They gave them total, little royalties, but a lot of total creative freedom. Was one of the best things that happened in England in the late 60s, early 70s. So you can hear that every now and then, as you turn the pages, there's little bits and pieces of music of great musicians from Australia, Europe, South America that contributed to this. Of course, whoever has the Genesis, I Know What I Like book and the other books, that you can see that the book is exploding in front of you, right? Right? Yeah. Oh, come back here. Come back. Here, there's in 1971, when I went to see Genesis, actually I went to see Van der Graaf's Generator, you remember, it was my birthday in 1972. And here this is, I got from a collector's, I got the page of the article that I did. And this is the first Genesis picture that I took. Look, this is one of the first big Genesis fans jumping up as they were doing the knife. Was the voice of Anthony Phillips, Winters Flies By, which was very good as a soundtrack for the cottage period when Genesis went there, and for 6 months they learned how to play and become professional. Yeah, this is Winters Flies By. It's a Genesis song that never accepted it to do it on the first album, but you know, Anthony's resurrected it. Yeah, Genesis here in America. These are pictures of Barry Wenzel, that is a good friend, and he gave us these pictures because he loves you guys, you know. And these are pictures that I got from families, and these are actually pictures from Tim Stewart. Used to be a manager, not a manager, but a roadie for the band. He lives in Texas now. He sent me some of these great candy shots, you know. And this is when I'm becoming a very serious photographer. I learned how to take pictures with Genesis, you know. In fact, they were the very first pictures that I sold to a record company. And if you hit these pictures, they're gonna pop up. Oh, can you get back here? There's a very interesting picture. This bottom part. This is the rainbow. When the rainbow in '73, when Peter Gabriel arrived with all the mask and the mask and the other one. So I took them outside in the park to take some pictures, you know, and you can see only Steve is smiling, you know, but the others are very, very. The other one is saying, "What the hell is happening?" You know. So you can see the mask close up. Right? This is the very first time I saw them in America, and we were at Buddha Records, and I said, let's go upstairs, you know, let's go on the rooftop and take some pictures, so I can take some pictures that shows you are in America. Otherwise, people won't believe that I'm in America with you, you know. And this is Richard McPhail, who left after the live album. The live album was dedicated to him, you know. And there you go. We're selling England by the pound. The band is getting really big, you know. Is Franz here? PFM?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, can you go back? I want to show something. Can you go back to Italy? Maybe go back on the. It's here. Go back.
Ehi Armando!
Oh!
Sono qua!
Ecco, ti mostro qualche cosa. Hey, yeah, go ahead. Go forward, next page.
Look at that.
There you go. This is Genesis in Italy at the Piper Club. Look at the crowd there, you know. But look at this. Can you enlarge this one? PFM were #1 in Italy, but they love Genesis so much that in a concert 11 of April '72, they asked to open for Genesis. No, I found this little memento here. So thank you very much, PFM. So there are all these little things that people send us, you know, and this is a labor of love of Genesis fans, really. So this is your app, you know, more than, it's not Genesis app, you know, it's your app, you know, because you really, you are the people that hold the flames of the music, you know, and people that really still love the music after so many years. So this is from one fan to another again, you know. We have these galleries here, and all this picture moves around, you know, enlarged. This is David Danchos, the producer of the 5 of their albums. Here we are on Trick of the Tail tour. This is Steve's guitar. This is a great drummer called David Eagle, and he's a Los Angeles drummer. He played with so many bands, and one morning he came over to see me and said, I did these bits, you know, and so we put it on. Now you have also this explosion of picture. You can play around with it, you know, you can enlarge it, you can see them, you know, and every time they come up in a different sequence. Yeah, and then there were three, there we go. Something funny. This is Daryl Sturman. He gave us 3 tracks that he just been writing. He hasn't released yet, so he said you can have them for the app. So thank you, Daryl. Can you go to the? We have also solo chapters on this, like in the book, you know. There you go. We have Steve solo chapters here. This is the summer 1977. A very thoughtful young man, you know. He was thinking about doing Voyage of the Arcolite. No, already did it. So he was thinking to leave the band. Why not? And go solo. I remember that Steve told me at the time that he felt sometimes the music from the 17th century came up to him. He didn't know how, you know, and that was really exciting to hear that, because you can hear it in his music, you know. We never know where music comes, eh? You just have to grab it. So can we show also the fun parts of the album? So wouldn't you like to have in an app the story of the band, all the picture, and then all the records that you can play, so you can carry the beach, you can play everything. So this is it. Music. Now you have to download them from iTunes first. Or if you have them already in the iTunes, you have them here, you know?
Game utility. Yes. Yeah, utility.
Let's go on the.
It's at the end of all the mouses.
Yeah. Who wants to take a picture with Steve?
Everybody.
Good. Now,
Look into the lens.
and of course, you know the internet here, but you can, of course, you can send it by Facebook, internet, you know, you can tell friends. So this is you can do with all the other guys in the band, you know.
Is this going to be available on Android?
Android doesn't do all these beauties.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. Maybe we can do another Kickstarter campaign for the Android. No, go ahead, go on the.
We will sponsor it.
Cool.
Armando, we will
Cool,
sponsor.
excellent,
Oh, well.
good one. You weren't here first when I. We have Dr. Silverman here. He was one of the, maybe the very first contributor to the Kickstarter campaign here on the cruise last year. And what else have we got here?
The fans,
What?
fans.
The fan?
Kickstarter.
They contributed the Kickstarter campaign, people? So I introduced some of them before, you weren't here. So there are people here that, all the 257 people that contributed to the Kickstarter campaign, they are here with special thanks. And some of them sent videos and pictures and stuff. They're all gonna be on this section.
The videos.
No, photo.
Oh,
No. Only photo, not the video. So, and, okay. Next, let's go to, here there's gonna be also for the, as a thank you, very special thank you note to the Kickstarter people, there's gonna be videos from Gail Coulson and Richard McPhail and Tony Banks. Can we play some of this now? No?
No, because it's
Okay.
linear connection.
Okay. We have. Let's go on social.
Which one?
Fourth social. Yeah, you can send these pictures to people when you looking at the app. Are you going to tell people about the app? You just pick up one of these pictures and send it off. And there's wallpaper as well. And you can put it on your iPhone and stuff like that, right? You can put it.
In the photos.
Yeah.
And set it up as a wallpaper.
And then one of the most beautiful features in the book is going to be. You remember there were 2 pages called the light box. There were pictures left out because I didn't know how to fit them in the book. And I thought, now I can put them in the app. But the way I did it, can we put on light box? I set them up again, and now you can move the loop. Which picture do you want to see?
oh, brilliant.
Britannia Oxford. Which one?
Britannia Oxford, I heard.
73. Where is it?
I need a look to see the look.
Wow, this is a lovely surprise from Gabriel Fox, Miguel Sobek, and Ivan Leider. These are the.
This is how the book used to be put together. We had to glue the text into the page, footer of the page, do the color separation.
Yeah, this is how the book used to be laid out.
Can you go on the
Which one?
that way?
That one?
Each picture tells a story.
So for every picture, there's me telling the stories about it, you know. So there's whole stories that
Charisma
how
Records
how
pulled
the
the stock
picture,
with
where
me.
the picture was taken, and so on, you know. Go back, show the others. That's so you can see them full blown and everything like that. You know, anything.
Well, this is the several seconds out. And
So you can spend a few nice minutes there. This is
now we have this painting.
Paul Whitehead describing this painting that I got him to do in 1977.
This is the first in the Salmasis screen.
Yeah. Okay, this is the Vendor Tree tour. This is the New Jerusalem, Phil Collins, with
Paris again. This is the Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Phil used to love their blues, you know, and he was behind the drums. And Peter, when he introduced the band, of course, Phil was always showing off. He was dying to come up front anyway. This is actually at the Rainbow Theatre in January '77, and this is one of those great moments when the backlights come into your camera and they create this amazing. I thought, oh, I hope it came out, you know. And when I saw it in the pictures, this little rainbow was perfect, you know. Where Steve is here with 1972, May '72 at the Lincoln Festival. It was rainy, it rained for 4 days, everybody was in mud, you know, and Genesis came on around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, in a moment when the rain stopped and they were delivering all this straw for people to get away from the mud, you know, and they opened up with Watches of the Sky, which was amazing, you know. And it was so funny because Tony Straddle-Smith thought that they died, and then instead I fell in love with Prog. I fell in love with the band right there, you know, because I thought they were incredible. Oh, the famous drum duo of Chester and Phil. It would be nice to have Genesis music for behind every picture. That's how we did it when we did the demo, you know. But then we found out that Genesis management told me that they sold the publishing, and the publishers now are all over the place in the world, you know. And to get everything together with the publisher is gonna be, we have to wait maybe another 2 years. Forget about it, you know. So is that okay as it goes like this, man? Yeah. This is the Slipper Man. Eh?
Peter used to come out from this
Gigantic red penis.
The stage, he would crawl into it and come out and erect and balls by his testicles, you know.
Well, in America they loved it, you know. There was see, the tour started in America. They were supposed to play 2 weeks in England, you know, but Steve had an unfortunate incident that he cut his tendon in it, so they went to America to tour, and they didn't tour in England. So I got to the record company and I said, okay, if you fly me to California, of course I've been to California with PFM 2 months before, you know, I wanted to go back. So if you fly me to California, I'll give you all the pictures for free, you know. I wish I never did, because Charisma lost all those pictures. But so these pictures are the one that I kept from my Italian magazine, 2001, so at least I kept maybe 40 or 50.
Did the balloon stay the same size every night?
Which one? The balls?
Yeah. No, the balloon he came out of. When it was erect, was it the same size every night?
Not really. Depends. This was the Lamy actually. That was shot there with a 15th of a second. There was the stage was very dark. They had this fluorescent light, and then this is the fluorescent light, and it was very dark. The stage was very dark. So shooting with the 15th of a second, you had all that movement, which looks really better probably than the real thing, you know. This is a photograph that Mike Kaplan. Yeah. This is Drury Lane in '73. You know, I was very happy that I was there at the beginning of Genesis, but when they played Drury Lane, they made it, you know. So I thought, I'm gonna get tickets of this show, I'm gonna enjoy the show. And then I thought I did everything that I could do with Genesis. And then Peter flew up in the air and said, oh, where's my camera, you know. So anyway, Mike Patland gave us these pictures for the app. Gave us these photographs, so we all enjoyed. This is real world records in his embryo. This is Peter Gabriel, 1977, at his house. Look here, there's all tape recorders, stuff, piano, the mask. And this is the beginning of his solo career. You know, he was recording, doing demos here. So 10 years later, he had real world. Dreams come true for everybody. This is the actual painting that Mike saw in exhibitions, you know, and they thought to use it for selling England by the pounds, you know. The actual painter was an old lady, and she enlarged the painting to fit the lawnmower. She painted the lawnmower, and she enlarged the painting on one of the sides to make it square, like an album cover. This is a bit of the photography. This is an alternative to the Star Wars spaceship. As a photographer, I can tell you, this is a daylight film. It's much warmer, and the other picture, which is a couple of seconds out, was taken with a tungsten film. For people that still remember film. And so there were two different looks of the same moment. Lincoln 72. Yeah, this is Michael Lincoln, the famous when Peter came out looking like an ageless Egyptian prince, right? So any questions? Yeah, David, right?
Yeah. Armando, for all this content, surely one would expect to pay upwards of $500. How much is the app?
How much will you pay? $500? Thank you very much.
Pay 500.
So, well, it's a question mark here because we have iBooks and we have app. This is not an iBook and is not an app. It's also an app, but it's a digital book. So we should get into Apple and call for a new platform, you know, of digital books, or interactive book. So it's gonna, at the moment, like the So app of Peter Gabriel went out into the App Store, but this is more of an app. So it's gonna be. I feel great because I feel like a pioneer at 70, you know. So it's gonna be decided in the next few weeks, you know. So we are waiting for the blessing of the record companies and the manager of Genesis. The guys in the band are really happy, you know, and they're all very, very happy. And so we'll hopefully the app is gonna come out and it's gonna be on the Apple Store in May. And it's already at Apple for approval, and now we're waiting for the blessing of the manager. And the lawyers, you know, So maybe we can do a campaign.
Armando, I want to thank you for putting this together. I want to thank every backer that has participated. But, I have to thank you for keeping alive the music of the most fantastic
Was it nearly 2 years ago? I went to see Tony Smith with the Tony Smith, the manager of Genesis, with the work in progress, you know, and Tony Smith was happy to see that, but he said, well, you're in Los Angeles, and he wasn't really that excited, so my excitement for the project died down, right? And then I found out maybe in August, a month, 2 months later, that Steve recorded Genesis Revisited too. So I was going to London and I called him up and we got together in a Chinese restaurant. And I told him about the app. And he was so excited. We went back to his place and he did the first video that told all of you about this app. So Steve, on top of being the guy that holds the flames of Genesis music of the 70s, is also the godfather of this app. Thank you, Steve. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Any pictures of Bill Bruford performing with the band?
Yeah, you can see that.
Okay.
There's a section on each member of the band.
No, the window.
It's on a side panel.
There's a little sequence as well. Any other questions?
The scariest photo that you've taken, did you ever have to like stand on any shaky scaffolding or anything, or?
No, I'm not that crazy.
Get shoes thrown at you.
What?
Get shoes thrown at you.
Well, you know, it's the band, not to me, you know, but I, you know, in fact, I ran away from London when the punk movement arrived. I didn't want to be spit on from the truck by the crowd.
Armando, what's your go-to lens? Which lens do you go to?
For concert is the 70-200, 2.8, and then the 16-35 for the old. There you go. That's one camera and two lenses right now, you know. Bill. Otherwise, two cameras is better, you know. Two cameras and two lenses.
Armando, where does the app actually finish? Where does it take us up to? To what period? What year?
This is okay. I mean, the introduction that I have, this is December '79. The band was in the middle of recording Duke, and that was another era of Genesis in a way, you know. So the book was really to capture. When I did this book actually when Peter came in February '76. He came to Los Angeles to look, and he was going around in New York, Los Angeles to look for a publishing deal that he thought he was gonna help to finance the production of his first solo album. And the band went on to do Trick of a Tale, and they were doing really well. And he told me we were taking pictures at night in Sunset Boulevard. And as we were taking pictures, he told me that he was a bit disheartened because he didn't find a lot of what do you say, the positive reaction from publishers, and so he was a little bit worried. And I thought, this is crazy, you know. And then I decided there's a picture in the book where that I took of Peter that night, and when I really decided to write the book because I saw the story happening. and I thought the story should have been told about that period from 1970 to 75 when there were these 5 great writers. The chemistry amongst the 5 of them was so good because everybody contributed as a writer. Usually in a band there's always 1 or 2 guys and the other guys write songs. In Genesis there were 5 people writing songs, so the chemistry was so strong, you know, and those 5 albums, you know, even Foxtrots, Nursery Crime, Selling England by the Pound, you know, and The Lamb, you know, just an amazing period of creativity. And so the book was to keep that, to send the legacy of that period forward, you know. And I was thinking to do it for Italy, you know, and then I ended up doing it for England because there was an English publisher interested, you know, and I thought it was amazing because I never studied English. I was going to write a book in English for an English publisher. So, yeah.
Armando, is there any way that a person could get like nice copies of your photos for their own collection?
Yeah, I will get to it. It's you know, you want to do something really great. So I want to do art prints in large format so people can frame it into the wall. But and I've been looking at printers, people that can do real good printing with ink. Yeah, I've got a couple of prints there, not the one that I want to do, you know, but this is the couple of prints that I brought the front and back of the cover for as a memory of you guys. I knew the summer would have liked, and there's only 20 of them, 20 of each, you know. So if you can, so anyway, this. But what I want to do some great print in good paper, you know. There's many ways to do it, and. So just follow me on my little website, armandogallo.com, and I will let you know. Thank you.
Also, don't forget, here's a question about the app. We're planning on adding to the app. So when we get
this is Cheryl, the executive producer. My wife! Yeah, of course, the good thing about the app is that we can always add. So this is a place where all of you and all of us can contribute to it. You know, you want to say something about the technicality of the app? This is Gabriel Fox. Gabriel chased me 3 years ago. He sent me an email, and this guy called Gabriel Fox. I thought, Gabriel Fox, the Fox said, this guy is a freak, you know. Then his real name is Gabriel Fox, F-O-U-X, and here he is.
Well, as Armando said, this was a lot of work, and we're very happy to have done this. We started with a prototype. We've been doing this. We're also happy that we did the Peter Gabriel app, the Soul app that we did with Armando, with materials that you can download from the Apple Store. That's available now, and it's free, so you can take that. We did one for 2011. And we started doing this, which was a massive undertaking because it's a 200 and something page book with over 500 photographs, the light box, all this interactive content, and we'd like this to be really successful, especially because we like to do more for this and do more for the Genesis legacy. So we're really happy. There's a lot of people talking and speaking and asking about the Android version. We'd love to do an Android version as well. Unfortunately, doing something for this, it's double the work, really. It's not that you can do. If you're going to do something that's going to be more or less easy to put together for both platforms, you end up with something that is like the lowest common denominator. It's something that's very basic, and you don't see all this great stuff in terms of interactivity. So depending on the success of this project, maybe we're gonna be able to project and see if we can do the Android version, and of course we can run another campaign if you guys want. So we can do that, because basically as developers we can put that together. on the things that Armando was saying is like, for instance, for the future we can do more stuff, and for the prints we can have a print shop there, so you can pick up the photos and they can be mailed to you or whatever. So there's a lot of stuff that we can do in the future. We really like to have this. We already sent it to Apple. We're always pressuring Armando to have this out, and we had so much fun doing this. It was great that Franz did this, because we had so much fun doing this that basically, even if it was a lot of work and a lot of time, we enjoyed every minute of it. And